Why bad ideas still win and how smart people can turn them into opportunities. The $6 trillion whiplash and what it really tells us. In the past week alone, the global economy has swung by almost $6 trillion in value. Markets panicked, stabilized, panicked again. The most volatile trade negotiations in modern history have been threatened, paused, revived, and threatened again. By the time you finish reading this, the numbers will have shifted once more. Global economic uncertainty is now at record highs. According to the International Monetary Fund, despite surface-level recoveries in the stock market, everyday people are feeling the cracks. Layoffs are rising, hiring freezes are spreading, prices are soaring, and interest rates are spiking to levels not seen since the early 2000s. And yet, everyone seems desperate to find deeper meaning behind this chaos, spinning theories about secret plans to reset the global reserve system, reduce debt burdens, or strategically reshape trade power dynamics. But maybe there is no master plan. Maybe, sometimes, bad ideas are just bad ideas, and refusing to admit this simple truth is causing ripple effects across business, politics, and economics. Today, let's break down why bad ideas persist, why they are sometimes even celebrated, and how smart people can turn these messy environments into real opportunities.
Welcome to 86 Dawn Finance YouTube channel, where we break down the hidden mechanisms controlling your financial life. Let's break it all down. No fluff, just the truth.
1. The hard truth. Common sense is hard to sell. Common sense rarely makes headlines. Complexity, drama, and conspiracy are what draw attention. According to a 2023 Harvard Kennedy School study, stories that provoke outrage or suggest hidden plots are 70% more likely to go viral than those offering sober analysis. Our brains are wired to seek patterns and explanations, even where none exist. That's why bizarre economic policies, questionable tariffs, and unstable trade strategies can be reframed into grand narratives that seem logical if you squint hard enough. Economists and media outlets, desperate to differentiate themselves in the flooded marketplace of ideas, often spin even flawed strategies as part of some misunderstood genius. In the process, truly reckless ideas gain legitimacy simply because they are entertaining to discuss. 2. The business of endorsing bad ideas. The marketplace for bad ideas is not just alive, it's thriving. Management consulting, for example, has exploded in the past decade, with McKinsey, BCG, and Bain collectively earning over $40 billion annually, based on reports from Statista. During the pandemic and the ensuing trade crises, companies and governments leaned heavily on consultants. In the UK alone, the government spent more than $500 million on private consultancy for COVID-related projects. According to the National Audit Office, the dynamic is simple. Consultants are often incentivized not to question bad strategies but to validate them. If management already wants to pursue a certain policy, the best way to win repeat business is to create a polished report explaining why that decision is brilliant. As a result, entire industries have been built on professionally justifying questionable strategies, not correcting them. 3. Yes men, echo chambers, and the danger of power. Another reason bad ideas flourish is the natural human tendency toward echo chambers. Once someone reaches a certain level of power, whether in business, politics, or even social media, the people around them become increasingly reluctant to challenge their thinking. Research by Stanford University shows that leaders surrounded by yes men make significantly riskier and less rational decisions over time compared to those who maintain critical voices within their inner circle. When bad ideas are shielded from scrutiny, they metastasize. We have seen this in everything from corporate meltdowns like Enron to catastrophic policy missteps in global trade. And once an idea gains momentum within an organization or administration, even intelligent people feel social pressure to align with it or risk isolation. 4. How smart people turn chaos into opportunity. Bad ideas create confusion, and confusion creates gaps. Gaps that can be filled by those who understand how systems really work. Instead of getting caught up in the noise, savvy individuals focus on identifying what structural shifts are happening underneath the drama, preparing to act when others are paralyzed by uncertainty, learning how to publicly align enough to survive politically, while privately building separate strategies for when the inevitable correction comes. For example, when chaos in global trade policy disrupted manufacturing, companies that diversified their supply chains early, before the headlines hit, came out stronger. Smart investors did not chase every dip or rally driven by political theater. They stuck to fundamental asset allocation strategies, as outlined by firms like Vanguard and BlackRock. In environments where bad ideas rule, those who master patience, resilience, and system-level thinking will thrive. 5. Lessons from trade wars. The cost of wishful thinking. The flip-flopping trade war narratives over the past 5 years offer a masterclass in what happens when leaders refuse to acknowledge basic economic realities. Policies initiated under emotional slogans, without data-driven strategies, have contributed to higher consumer costs, disrupted supply chains, and weakened global alliances, according to analysis from the Peterson Institute for International Economics. Perhaps the most absurd moment? One of the key architects of U.S. trade policy, Peter Navarro, famously cited a non-existent economist, Ron Vara, in his academic work. Ron Vara was simply an anagram of his own name. When policy is built on imaginary experts and ideological fervor, it is not surprising that results are chaotic at best and devastating at worst. But from this chaos, real entrepreneurs and investors can learn vital lessons. Popular narratives are not a substitute for sound strategy. The louder the public noise, the more valuable independent critical thinking becomes. In volatile systems, consistency and preparation win over emotion and reaction. 6. Final thought. In a world of bad ideas, smart adaptation wins. Bad ideas are not going away. If anything, they are spreading faster in an era of polarized media, attention-driven algorithms, and short-term political cycles. But if you stay calm, strategic, and focused on fundamentals, you will see what others miss. You will build when others retreat. You will position yourself for massive gains when the inevitable correction comes. The best opportunities often emerge in environments where everyone else is chasing noise. Today, you have a choice. Get swept up in the confusion, or become one of the few who uses confusion as a ladder. The system may be broken, the ideas may be flawed, but the opportunity for smart, independent thinkers has never been greater. Which side of the equation will you choose?
Please note that 86 Dawn Finance does not offer advice on taxes, legal matters, investments, or finances. The content is intended solely for educational purposes and should not be considered professional advice. For personalized guidance, please consult your own qualified advisors. Although the information has been carefully researched and reviewed, it may not represent the latest legal or financial updates. Viewers are advised to confirm the accuracy and timeliness of the information, particularly before making any major financial or legal decisions. Until next time, stay informed, stay empowered, and stay our 86 Dawn Finance channel.